Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to share with you in today's video how to finally declutter your inbox. And this will apply to your work inbox, your Gmail, your Hotmail, any email that you have. You can apply these 5 hacks and tips to and honestly clear your inbox once and for all. So before we get into this video, please do remember to hit the subscribe button and also the like button. If you're new to my channel, I'm Puja and I very much focus on giving you life hacks and tips all to do with career development, financial development and life in general. So if you're into learning and growing and personal development, hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any new videos. If you're like me and me a month ago, I was absolutely just getting so swamped and bossed by my inbox. It got to the point where taking a day off of work or taking even a half a day of work would make me feel so anxious and so scared about returning to my inbox the next day to find hundreds of emails that had not been read or dealt with, and it just put me off of taking time off, and it just got to the point where my inbox was ruling my life, and no matter how much I prioritized my emails or prioritized my work, things that were just coming in just overloaded my workload, and it meant that I was not focusing on the priority tasks that I should have been, and I was just letting my inbox rule me and my day. So I'm so excited to share with you the 5 hacks that I've learned and taken on. They've meant that I am actually the boss of my inbox from now on. So the very first thing that I would advise you to do, no matter what inbox you're dealing with, whether it's work or personal or business, I would set up a priority inbox. Now, when I first heard the idea of setting up a priority inbox, it just scared the life out of me, especially with my work emails, because I just thought that by setting up a priority inbox would just mean that I'll have a double amount of inboxes to look at and double amount of emails. However, let me tell you, setting up a priority inbox has just completely changed the way that I work and the way that I address my inbox. By setting up a priority inbox, I'm able to actually filter out any unnecessary clutter and spam emails from my inbox, and everyone gets these, whether it's a work account or your personal account. Everyone receives those spam emails, those advertising emails from app providers that you've bought recently or shops that you've bought from as well, and they can just clutter up your inbox so much and also redirect you from the important emails. So by setting up a priority inbox, I was actually just able to filter out all of my work emails into one inbox, and in the morning, just by focusing on that priority inbox, I knew that those were the most important emails, and the other emails I filtered into a completely different box where I knew that I could just deal with those as and when I had time. I'm not sure about you guys, but at my work we always get news updates, and we tend to get news updates as and when things happen. And sometimes if there's been an event overnight, you come back and your inbox is flooded with like at least 30 emails in the morning with just the same sort of updates that you might have already heard of in the news or XYZ. So for me, setting up a completely separate inbox for those types of emails made my life a lot easier. So what I try to do at the start of the day is always try and be on top of any important news. So by setting up a complete separate folder with those types of emails, I can just have a look in the morning through any news developments and any relevant emails that will keep me updated, and then once that's finished I can get on to the priority inbox rather than having to flick through completely different types of emails and just making my work less focused. So by setting up a priority inbox, I was able to clear at least 90% of my junk emails into a non-priority box. By doing this, I saved so much time and also wasted energy on just going through unwanted emails and spam emails. I would definitely recommend that if you're going to take away one thing to do today, I would 100% set up a priority inbox where you filter out only those emails that are high priority and really relevant to you and what you want to read in terms of getting your things done and your tasks done, and filtering out any spam emails or junk emails into a separate section. Another thing that I did was actually filter my emails and create a separate folder for those to transfer to. This worked perfectly for emails that I got in relation to shopping, or in relation to news updates, or in relation to specific things that related to my business or Pilates, or any other thing that was unrelated to the priority box. And by doing this, I was actually able to organize my life without me doing anything really, apart from setting up the filters in the first place. It did take me a little bit of time at the start to do, but however, saved myself so much time and also decluttered my inbox so much by just creating these filters and the separate inboxes. And now I don't really need to do anything, because all of these folders now filter out all those emails and direct them straight to there. So whenever I need to look at anything to do with my Pilates, all the relevant emails are all in that box. And it's just saved me so much time in terms of spending time searching for emails in my inbox, where it seems like a needle in a haystack and I can't find them. If you want to take the stress out of finding emails in your inbox and decluttering it, I would highly recommend the filters option. The third thing that I did was actually install an app called Boomerang on my Google Chrome, and this has saved me so much time. So what this app does is actually take away the stress of you having to remind yourself to chase people after 2 weeks after you've sent an email, or diarize an item, or calendarize an item. And what this does is actually set these deadlines for you without you even doing anything. And this has just taken away so much of my time and thinking, and my ability to memorize or remind myself of things that I need to actually chase people about. And what I love about this is that you can just set different reminders and Boomerang will just do it all for you. So I'd highly recommend Boomerang, and it's completely free to install, so I would definitely give it a go if you can. Another great way to declutter my inbox was actually clicking the unsubscribe button in certain emails that I just wasn't reading and I wasn't interested in, and I may have just signed up to without knowing, and they were just taking up so much of my inbox. Sometimes when you're going through your daily emails that you've received, one of the things that I would do, instead of sending something to spam or deleting it, consider, do you actually want to receive this email? Do you read the item? Do you find it useful? If you don't, then I would definitely just unsubscribe, because you can always subscribe to emails later on down the line. And it also just means that you're decluttering your inbox. And I found that at least 75% of my emails that I was receiving were things that I had been interested in the past and I'm not really interested in anymore. So I just unsubscribed from the list, and it's really easy to do. You just click on the email, usually at the bottom of the page, and there will be like a footnote section which will have an unsubscribe link, and when you click on there you can actually opt out of receiving the email. If it doesn't have that option, which it should because of GDPR, I would just go onto their website and just unsubscribe from their mailing list. So before we go into the very last tip, and I promise you don't want to miss this one, please remember to hit the like button and also subscribe if you haven't done so already. So the very last tip that I've got for you is to actually use your calendar rather than your inbox. So what I mean by this is, before I applied this, I used to keep emails in my inbox until they had been finalized. This would also mean that my inbox was not cleared on a sort of daily basis or a weekly basis, because I had ongoing things and tasks that I needed to complete, whether that be setting up a call or commencing a project or speaking to somebody internal about something. There was just something that I needed to do in terms of follow up, and I couldn't put away the email because it was my reminder to complete that task. I actually just inputted that task or that diary invite or that reminder into my calendar, and by doing this I was actually able to store away my email because I had already followed up. And this actually downsized my emails by at least 50%, because there were some emails that I had from 6 months ago that were still ongoing due to a project. They were just there in my inbox to merely remind me of that ongoing task or that deadline that I needed to just remember. Just by adding a little diary reminder in my calendar to check the position in a couple of weeks' time, I actually cleared 50% of my inbox, and it was just so shocking that I hadn't actually applied this before. That was definitely the most useful tip that I found. I could not believe that it cleared 50% of my inbox. So I hope you've enjoyed my tips and my tricks in terms of decluttering my inbox, and I hope that they'll be useful to you. And if you do manage to declutter your inbox by using these hacks, please comment below with the number and the amount of emails that you have left in your inbox. I myself only have 5. So I'm hoping with this challenge we can all declutter our inboxes. So I hope to see you again soon, and thanks for watching.